cornballs, they can't stand me. I finesse, I done, I hit, get a plan. Postcode at my whoa, low, got strain on yo-yo.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. The stakes have been raised here in the wild card round as it's time to win or get an early start on the offseason. It's the Redskins going up against the Cardinals.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Washington Redskins and the Arizona Cardinals. Now to return, this is David Johnson. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. First carry now. This is Johnson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. Second down. They go to Johnson again. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Play clock winding down. Now back to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Following the interception, Cousins. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. From the gun, here's Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20. And they will score. touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And here come the Redskins now. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They go play action here on first down. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Chandler Jones in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Cousins now on second down. This one caught by Crowder. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So on fourth down, the Redskins will call on Tressway to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll send Brown in motion right. On second down, Johnson. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Watch it now, boy. Look, back there. So here we go. Green, 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Over. All right, now. All right, here we go.
They'll look to throw here. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he lost the football. Into the Redskins have it, they do.
This is really, really difficult for teams to coach because you love the extra effort, right? Would he break a couple of tackles? I mean, he was really trying to gain the extra yardage, but you also have to have an idea that people are going to come up behind you from the side trying to take care of the ball while you're trying to get extra effort. Sometimes you have to know when to say when and maybe just go down.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Here's Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Second down, Cousins. On the catch, it's Crowder. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Play fake. Cousins. Jordan Reed has it. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Cousins to his big target. Reed and the Redskins have a first down. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. Now Marshall. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in second and manageable.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal. So now it's 1st and goal. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, surprise, surprise, partner. No, we know it's not a surprise. When you try to complete a pass against this Cardinals defense, there's a reason that they are known as the no-fly zone.
Very tough spot here for the offense to start. In motion right here, Nelson. They begin the drive with Johnson. Pretty move. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Again, it's Johnson. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Let's go! Green,
He'll drop to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They'll run with Marshall. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. On play action, Cousins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And tough starting field position here. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Caught by Nelson left side. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to float this one. And got his man complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Cardinals. J.J. Nelson, 85 yards. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
So out now come the Redskins. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's Marshall. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. This is Marshall. And that is what you call a hit stick. Put down to the ground hard at the 32-yard line. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Tressway now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Dancing away at the 30. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. It's a quarterback sneak. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll run it with Johnson. And he fights his way in, not giving up. And it's a Cardinal touchdown. David Johnson taking it in. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. And it is now 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Nifty move there on the run, but ultimately brought down at the 25. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off right around the 43. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we send you on to Orlando, we hook back up with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
On 3rd down, that's Marshall. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Green 39! Green 39!
Nelson, the man in motion right. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Johnson on the counter. And some room to maneuver. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. The play clock's running down. They give to Johnson going right. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Time running out here on the play clock. On the toss, here's Johnson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9.
Now let's go. Green,
The slot man in motion right.
39.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So put another 3 on the board. And all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the 3rd quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
Do you think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down. Play action now. Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Chandler Jones in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Third and long for Cousins. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Marcus Golden, he's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
2nd down following the run. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Second and 5.
All right, now, look at 56. Over. Check the backer. No. Check, set. Blue, landed.
The busy night continues for Johnson. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's going to your head. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Here we go with Johnson. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Penalty. It's Johnson, and he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Now a handoff. Johnson. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On play action, they'll throw. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And his kick here is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll use moves his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Cousins. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's brought in by Dodson. They got 29 yards there. And that leads to a Washington 1st down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And some room to roam now. David Johnson on his way. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now a handoff here to his running back. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Off the play fake, Cousins. And that's complete to the right side. It's Marshall. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Going to throw right side here, complete. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. A first down throw for Cousins. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be a second down. Cousins again. Completes it right side to Dodson. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. The Redskins on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. To the air again, it's Cousins. Being chased out left. And he slides to avoid the hit. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So the D-line's going to spread out. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Going right side here, and that's complete. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They go play action. Cousins. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Redskins on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 17. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. It's hauled in by Dodson. They needed 17 on third down, and that's exactly what they got. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. And the kick is good, so they avoid the shutout, but still a tough one to swallow here. They only post 3 points, and this game is over. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on. One goes home.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cardinals as we say so long from Glendale.